Looks like we've got work to do, buddy.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create consistent professional looking characters using VEO 3. If you've ever struggled with characters changing faces, outfits, or overall look between scenes, this tutorial is for you. We will be going step by step from prompt writing to scene generation. Everything you need to know to lock in consistency like a pro. Let's get started. Head over to your search bar and you're going to search for VEO 3. You're going to select the first option and you're going to click on Try in Flow. From here, you're going to click on Create with Flow. From here, you're going to click on Create with Flow and you're going to sign into your account. Once you've signed in, it's going to ask you a few questions. You can simply click on Next, then scroll down and review the privacy policy, then click on Continue. Now, for you to generate videos on VEO 3, you'll need to be a Google AI subscriber, so click on Subscribe. And you're going to access VEO 3 for free for a whole 1 month. So just go ahead and click on Get Google AI Pro. Agree to their terms of service. You can add your credit or debit card or you can pay on your phone. So now once you have successfully logged into VEO 3, you will get to a page similar to this one here on my screen. Before we proceed with generating our project, the first and most important step is to prepare your prompts. So how do we prepare prompts in such a way that we'll be able to generate consistent characters? I'm going to open my Google Doc, and this is going to be our playground. We're going to prepare our prompts right here in this Google document before we paste them onto VEO 3. Now, the first step is to get a script. And for our script, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to generate for us a simple script. ChatGPT has generated for me a scene-by-scene script, and each script has a narration. So what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to copy the entire script and I'm going to paste it right onto a Google document. Now, our next step is to get the main characters in this particular story. And again, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to indicate who the main characters are in this story. So I will come back here to ChatGPT. I have asked ChatGPT to list the main characters in the story. And ChatGPT has given me a list of the main characters in the story. Our main characters are only two. We have Maya and we also have Buddy the dog. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to ask ChatGPT again to give me a detailed description for these main characters. And so we have a detailed description of our two main characters, Maya and the dog. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this entire description and we're going to take it to our Google document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the description just above the first scene. And now you can see that our description has the name of the character, the age, the ethnicity, and the style of this character. Now this is exactly what we need for our story. You realize that the description of these characters is quite long. We do not want to have the entire character description pasted onto the script every time the character is mentioned in the script. So for example, we have this first scene right here. And this first scene talks about the sunrise call where we have Maya kneeling down gently in the soil. Since we do not want to include the entire description of Maya right here in this scene, we're going to create a short tag. And the short tag will enable us to just paste in the tag right here, then copy the entire script and paste it onto VEO 3. Now I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. You're going to come over here to the character description and we're going to start off with the first character, which is Maya. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a short tag right here. Our short tag could be something like this. Pixar Maya 35. So you can indicate anything right inside here and it's going to be equal to the entire description of this character. So the character Maya. You're going to do the same thing for the second character, which is the dog. I can call it Pixar Dog 4. It's going to be equal to the entire description of this dog character. Now something else that we will need to ask ChatGPT to generate for us is a background description So again, I will head over to ChatGPT. I have asked ChatGPT to generate for me the background description, including the lighting for each scene, and I want it to include the sound effects for each scene. And ChatGPT has generated for me the background description for all the scenes. It has also included the sound effect as I had asked it to. Now this is exactly what we need for us to move on to the next step. So now what I need to do from here is I'm going to copy the background description for each scene, and I'm going to start with the first scene right here. I'll head over to my Google document. I'll go to my first scene, which is the sunrise call. And just before the narration, I'm going to paste in the description of the background. And again, I'm going to give it a short tag. We have a sunny farm right here, and the short tag is going to be sunny farm. This other background is going to be called sunrise call. So we have two backgrounds in this first scene, and we have the narration right here. Let's move on to the second one. So I'll head over back to ChatGPT, and I'm going to copy the background description for the second one, which is the dry patch. Then head over to my Google document. And again, just before the narration, I'm going to paste in the description of the background, and I'm going to give it a short tag. So hashtag dry patch, and it's going to be equal to this description right here. I'll copy the third background description, which is the spark of an idea. Then head over to my Google document, and again, just before the narration, I'm going to paste in the entire description. I'm going to give it a short tag, spark idea, and it's going to be equal to this description right here. I'm going to do the same thing for all the other remaining backgrounds. Once you have finished inputting the description of your backgrounds and giving them a short tag, your next step will be to edit your scenes, and we're going to start with the first step. So the first scene talks about Maya kneeling down beside a neat vegetable bed, and so for us to get consistent characters and not having to include the entire description right here, we're going to bring in the short tag of Maya. So we're going to come up here, and we have the short tag of Maya right here. I'm going to copy this short tag, then come over here to my first scene, and where Maya is mentioned, you're going to paste in. Continue reading your entire script as you replace your characters and the backgrounds with the short tags. So we have a sunny farm right here, and this is the farm description that ChatGPT generated for us, and we also gave it a tag, and we have it right here, the rolling green fields. So we are going to copy this short tag right here. So instead of sunny farm, we're going to replace it to the short tag. So gently pressing a bright green seedling into the soil. Buddy dog. So we have a short tag for buddy dog, which is the second character. I'll come over here, and I'm going to copy this short tag right here. And instead of buddy dog in this script right here, I'm going to replace it with our short tag. You can go ahead and include your sound effects right here in this scene. All you need to do is to go back to ChatGPT, and you're going to copy the sound effects that it gave you. So for example, let me bring in the sound effects for the first scene. I'm going to copy these sound effects. I'm going to write sound effects, and I'm going to paste in the sound effects that you just copied from ChatGPT. Now let's edit the second scene, which talks about the dry patch. I'm going to paste in the short tag describing Maya right here. I'm going to come up here. I'll copy this short tag, then come over to the second scene, and I'm going to replace Maya with the short tag. Where there's a sunny farm, I'm going to copy the short tag for the sunny farm. And right here we have Buddy the dog. I'll come up here again. I'm going to copy the short tag for Buddy the dog. I'll go ahead and I will do the same thing for all the other remaining scenes. I'm going to replace the character descriptions and the backgrounds with the short tag that we generated earlier. So now once you have finished editing your different scenes and inputting the short tags into your different scenes, your next step will now be to generate the video. And what you need to do before generating the video is to take note of the short tags that are appearing in your scene. So for example, in this first scene right here, Pixar Maya 35 appears in this first scene together with Pixar Dog. We also have a sunny farm, which is the background, appearing in this first scene. So now what we need to do is copy the entire description of Pixar Maya. So I'll come up here, and I'm going to copy the entire description of Pixar Maya, so including the short tag. So I'm going to copy the entire description, and I'm going to head over to VEO3, then click on New Project. I'm going to paste in the description for the first character. Then come over here, and again, Buddy the dog, which has a short tag of Pixar Dog 4, appears in that first scene. So I'm going to copy the entire description of this dog, then head over back to VEO3. I'm going to paste in the entire description. We also have Sunny Farm. So I'm going to copy the entire description of Sunny Farm, which is the background. Then head over to VEO3 and I'm going to paste in the entire description. Once you have done that, you're going to come over to your first scene, and again, you're going to copy the scene description. So this scene description contains the short tags for the different characters. So I'm going to copy the first scene with all the short tags, then come over here to VEO3 and paste in the entire description. From here, I'm going to change the model to VEO3. So I'll come over here to model, and I'm going to select VEO3 first. I'm going to utilize 20 credits per generation. Once you're done, you can go ahead and generate. So we have our first scene right here. Let's check it out. I want you to take note of the characters. You can see the facial characteristics of this first character together with Buddy the dog. Now let's go ahead and generate our second scene. So we will head over back to our Google document, and we're going to check out our second scene. So again, the characters with short tags appearing in this second scene are the main character Maya, the dog with the Sunny Farm. So I'm going to copy the entire description again of Pixar Maya 35. We're going to paste it right onto VEO3. Then come over back to your Google document. I'm going to copy the description of Buddy the dog. I'm going to paste it right onto VEO3. And we also have the Sunny Farm. So I'm going to copy the entire description for the Sunny Farm. Then paste it right onto VEO3. Once you're done, you're going to come over to your second scene, and we're going to copy the entire description of this scene. The description including the short tags, I'm going to paste it right onto VEO3. Again, ensure that the model is VEO3 first. And I'm going to click on enter, and we're going to give VEO3 a few minutes for it to generate for us our video. And we have our second scene right here. I want you to check out the two characters. So we have the first scene right here. You can see the clothing of our first character, and we also have the clothing for our second character right here. We have our character Buddy the dog. You can see the physical features of this character here, and we have the same dog right here in the first scene. Let's create the third scene just to confirm to you that what we are doing will actually generate for you consistent characters across your scenes. Now let's come over here to our Google document, and the characters again appearing in our third scene are the same three characters. So I'm going to copy the description of Maya. I'm going to come over up here. I'm going to copy the entire description of Maya together with the description of Buddy the dog. I'm going to paste it right inside VEO3. I'll come over back, and I'm going to copy the description of Sunny the farm. I'm going to paste it right inside there, and I'm going to come over here to my third scene, and this time I'm going to copy the entire scene description that contains our short tags. I'm going to copy them, and I'm going to paste them right inside VEO3. And I'm going to hit enter. Let's give it a few minutes. And we have our third scene here. Check out the consistency of these characters. Let's check it out. Let's generate the final one, which is going to be scene 4. And again in scene 4, we have Maya, our main character. We also have the dog, and we have the background, which is the Sunny Farm. I'm going to copy the entire description of Maya, the dog, together with the farm. Remember, when you're copying the entire description of your characters, include the short tag that you had indicated earlier. So like for this one here, I'm going to copy the entire description together with the short tag. I'm going to do the same thing for the dog. I'm going to copy the short tag together with the entire description. Now, the reason we are doing this is that VEO do not yet have a memory, so it cannot remember the description of your characters. So you always have to prompt very well, indicating the entire description of your characters for all the scenes. Let's copy the description of the Sunny Farm, and again we're going to paste it right inside here. Once you're done, we're going to come over here to scene 4, and we're going to copy the entire description of our scene, and this includes the short tags that we indicated right inside this scene. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it right inside there. Once you're done, you're going to hit enter, and we're going to give VEO a few minutes for it to generate for us our video. And we have our fourth scene right here. You can see that the character in this scene right here is so consistent with the other characters in the previous scenes. Let's check it out. You can see that the dog is also quite consistent. This tells you that it's very possible to generate consistent characters using VEO3. You can go ahead and even ask VEO3 to include some sound so that your characters are able to talk. Let me generate another one right here that has some sound. All you need to do is to change your prompt and include what your characters are going to say. Let me pick on one of this. all you need to do is to change your prompt. So just indicate something like Pixar Maya 35, which is the short tag, says, then quotation, end of quotation. So I want this character, which is Maya, to say, it's getting really dry. What are we going to do, buddy? And this is how you can generate consistent characters across your scenes. This is the first scene right here with the first character. This is the second scene with the same character. You can see the clothing, including the dog right here. The consistency is really good. You also have another scene right here. So you can see that it's possible to generate consistent characters using VEO3. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel for more content on AI, automations and animations. Till next time, God bless.